For many agents that watch this show, they are wondering, how do I go from the residential side of the world into commercial? And commercial seems like a big monster out there. Like, oh no, it's too difficult. But you made it so easy, so simplify on your process. So like, I'm just gonna start with one and then keep going. Then automate it. And like you said, no toilets, no tenants, no
Yeah.
problem. That's kind of like something that will be like, okay, if you tell that to an investor or to a buyer as a real estate agent, then you can maybe pitch this idea to them and considering, besides, flipping houses, that's great. Investing in rental income is great, but when the tenant doesn't pay, that's a pain in the back. Like,
Mhm.
like, okay, what do I do now with COVID? And many people were not paying the rents.
Yeah.
So would you share more about your experience on like nothing is hands off, but to a
No, yeah.
place of hands off that being with a human being and hosting home for rental.
Yeah, no, I think that it's so interesting because a lot of people think that they need to own like 20 doors before they jump into commercial real estate. And I wanted to show you like that's false. Like you can jump into commercial real estate, obviously, like making sure that you have a right coach or teacher and also a right mentor in your corner to make sure you avoid those risks. But I think a lot of people are so nervous about this, and you have to, the two myths is you have to have a ton of money to buy storage or commercial. And the second myth is you have to have a lot of doors under your belt before you do it. And I want to say you don't. I had one accidental rental. But I think what keeps people stuck is that it's the mindset, right? And my biggest piece is like all these young 20-year-olds, I love it. They have so much knowledge and they're jumping in, they're buying like 46 doors, and they're super smart. Well, I wasn't like that. Like I was like, this was later in my life. And so in commercial, a lot of people, you can scale faster. And I'll kind of walk you guys through how that happens because the part if people don't know this in very simple form in residential, you go based on the comps, right, of that house. No matter if that house has the beautiful marble kitchen, which I did in my house, that house is going to appreciate to a certain standard, right? And maybe cash flow $200 to $400 a month, or you can do whatever strategy you're doing. But in self storage, you can actually accelerate that by 10. You buy one facility, and say you buy a facility that is undermanaged with a cash box, which means people are putting cash inside. But what's nice about this is that you can take that gross income from maybe $5,000 that they're bringing in from rent to 10,000 just with better systems. And that is actually going to be taking that facility. Like we have one $500,000 that we did seller financing, and that facility is now going to be worth 1.2 million at a 7.5 cap in 3 years.